You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Coolin Out. We are back.
It's Kev.
And it is Rel. We have a returning guest, our boy Gabe, founder of
What's
Lenox
going on?
Ave. What's up,
Yes,
man? How
sir.
you been? When's the
Yes,
last
sir.
time
What's
you were
up,
on the
fellas?
podcast?
It had to be at like 3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, it feel like a 2017 thing. Yeah.
I was just getting going. Yeah, I was like maybe like a
Yeah.
year into it, and we went on a pod and had some fun. That was a good time.
It was. How have things been, man?
I've been cool. I mean, it's been obviously right now things are kind of crazy, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean overall, man, it's I mean the business has been good. Definitely some growth. I mean, I've had the opportunity to work with some cool people since 2017. Like Lil B, Yeah Ali, 24K Golden.
Sheesh.
People that that in the city. Like I've posted pop ups. I'm sure because we follow each other on IG. You see some of the pop ups that I be at. So definitely some growth. I mean, and that's all you can ask for. The timing and how it happens is kind of always not up to you, but like you kind of just take it day by day and try your hardest and kind of feel what comes to you.
Gotcha. And just for some of the people who may be new to you that's listening to the pod, just kind of tell them like what your business is about, what Linux Ave is about, and all that good stuff.
If I can like make like a long story short, I'm in DC right now. I'm from the Bay Area originally, and so once I got out here, I took some time and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I'd say around 2016, I took a full dive into Lenox Ave. That's the name of the street I was from back in the Bay Area, back in Oakland. So from there, I just obviously there were some hardships the first few months. Nobody knows who you are. You're creating, but you're just kind of on an island because you're just not connected. And so you work at it. You go to more events. You introduce yourself to people, and slowly things start to make more sense. And since then, a lot of great things have happened. And so I'm hoping this next decade is even better.
I
Could
got
you
you.
elaborate a bit on? You mentioned collaborations with Little B, 24 Go. Like, could you just elaborate about how these things came to be? Because, like you said, we know you
Um,
from when the business was just starting, so it's really impressive to hear the amount of growth.
yeah. I mean, I would say the biggest help has been the internet, like IG, Twitter. Um, you know, I DM'd certain people that I think would be perfect to kind of to peep the brand what I'm doing. And so let's say with yeah Lee, I DM'd him, and it's a funny story. He actually curved me the first time.
Yeah.
I sent him an image and like I'm like, here, check this out. If you were looking at it, I can send you something. He's like, and he kind of curved me and like I was like, all right, cool. And then most people, I think when that happens, because it happens to a lot of people who are in the creative field, they sit it down or go somewhere else or like try somebody else. But I came out with a couple more items and then I DM'd him again. I'm like, man, I know he's gonna like this one, and so I sent it to him, and then he's like, yeah, actually I love this one. Send this to my apartment in LA, and I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Wow.
And so I
Wow.
mean, it's completely just like a gut feeling. Like I was like, man, I know that if he rocks this, it'll be major, and he did, and he actually probably was one of the biggest moments just for the brand. Like I mean, I got when he started wearing it on tour, I got pictures of it. He introduced me to a lot of people
That's
through
dope.
online, and so I got like a few hundred followers. People who are still rocking with me now are strictly because of what he did. He kind of put me out there. So
That's amazing.
Got you.
What
That
about like
is dope.
Little B?
Lil B, that was I mean, we're both from Oakland. I've never actually met him, but I think I DM'd him too, and I DM'd him and wait, let me think about this one. I DM'd him and he sent me the address via email. I don't know how I got my email, but he sent it to me via email. I mailed it to him, and it's impossible to catch up with him because I don't know if you follow him online. He posts like a million times a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to keep up, and so one maybe months later after I sent it to him, I like dug into his like photos and shit like that to see if he actually wore it, and then I see him on a Genius article, the lyrics rap
Yeah.
Genius, whatever it is,
Breakdown.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and so he's in DJ Mustard put him on his like Snapchat and because they're making a track. There's like YG, DJ Mustard, and Lil B, and Lil B's wearing the jersey in the studio,
Wow.
Wow.
and so it was
That is
completely like
crazy.
a thing of luck because like I would have never found that picture on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so like,
That's
I just
dope.
it was just the lucky thing, and so that was one of the things too. That was more of like a cool personal moment because we're from the same town, and you know, he didn't tag me or anything. Like he didn't like put me on to a whole bunch of people, but that was just like a cool thing, or it told me like, all right, maybe you have what it takes to like make it out here. Like because you need these types of signs to happen,
Mm-hmm.
otherwise it's like
Yeah,
you're
to keep
kind
you
of just in
pushing.
the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need some kind of confidence boost while you're doing
Yeah.
this to kind of make you understand you're on the right track. So
Sorry, just one
it
more
was
before I
cool.
shift to and Jarrell take it. Have you noticed notable growth from that? Notable boost from those cosigns?
Um, it's the cosigns help, but and they do give you boosts like a few hundred followers, like, a couple of comments on online, but like the real growth I would say comes from the day to day stuff. So like the local stuff that you're doing, and I go to like I have the pop ups that I'm doing when you meet people face to face. Like, cause
Mm-hmm.
those cosigns come in waves. Like I've mentioned maybe 3 or 4 total in the last like 3 years, and the biggest thing is getting to the people because like you know it's cool for a moment when someone wears it who's like notable, but it's the years 365 long, like to really sustain like sales and stay in front of people, you need like the people's cosign more than the rapper's cosign. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. So now that we haven't spoken in 3 years, and I mean, you mentioned like your creative process and all those things in 2017, but now that you've been in the business since 2016, how has like your creative process evolved since then?
Since then, I've changed the artists I work with. Um,
Hmm.
and I would say the process is a bit more consistent. So I have a consistent artist now. I have a consistent photographer, videographer. So like right now, like I've got like a team. It's not like I employ them 100% of the time, but like I know who I can go to for certain things. And so
Mm-hmm.
I could say that it makes things easier when you know where to go. Because like I used to be someone when I need some certain things, I used to like scramble and like figure out who could do this for this price, or like it would be more of a kind of it'd be harder to figure out how to find certain people. But now I feel like it's more consistent.
Gotcha. All right, man. Well, even more recently with this like virus and all that shit going on, like has that impacted your business, and if so, how have you been working around that? Because I know most like stores are closed, so you can't really do your pop ups and all that stuff. Or are you still just bucking the system and doing your pop ups?
Oh no, no, and I was thinking hard about it, but then like me last week, man, I was like, this is not gonna work. I was supposed to have a pop up today actually,
Wow.
in the city in New York, and I was like a week out, and I saw how it was being handled and how it was like spreading. I'm like, this is not gonna happen, and I wouldn't want people to come outside. People got to worry about their own health for real. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me just cancel this and the other one this month. And and even like I've canceled even like the online sales. Like I'm not pushing any items right now because I don't think anyone else should, because it's just people got to pay their bills, man. It's like people got to look out for themselves. Like I think it's kind of it might just be just me here, but I think it's kind of selfish to kind of like promo, you know, trying getting people to spend $50 or $100 on you when it's not really of a high priority. See,
What
and
about
the
your
thing is,
bills?
I know that's the thing. That's the hard
Big
thing though. It's like
facts.
because like when you think about all the way around, it's like a lot of these small businesses, these retail stores, and like they need to pay their employees. They need to, they got bills, like you said. And so for me, I'm lucky enough where like I don't have like a storefront. It's right now like I do pop ups on my own accord. I pay people, contractually, like for certain events and certain days where we're gonna link in and kind of work together. So I don't have any salaried employees I gotta pay every 2 weeks. So it's a little easier on me. All I gotta do is cancel the my travel and expense that I had for a couple of dates, which is not that much of a burden. It sucks, but like it's not as hard as having to pay like 5 to 10 people salaries. So
You're a better man than me, man. All
Yeah.
inc- all income at a
it,
time like this.
I
I'm
know,
telling
man.
you.
Yeah.
It's tough, but like I think people will remember you. Like I think people will remember what people did during this time. Like if like you were like, I know at least for me, if somebody's like helping people out or taking care of their family or helping the elderly, like you remember that shit like a year or two from now. Like, oh yeah, Gabe used to like really hold it down for people that needed the help. And like I think that in someone who was just looking at pushing items for, 39 $40, like or doing the same old thing, it's like I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way, so I feel like it would rub other people the wrong way. So it's
No,
just
I hear you, but these people aren't ordering at like gunpoint. If they're inquiring about your services, I don't think it's bad if you deliver on goods that
yeah,
they want. But I get you. I
yeah.
feel you.
But I mean, it's like even for me as like a person who owns a brand, like you want to put your stuff out at like the best possible time. So you want people to have money. You want people to have money to spend or to show up. People can't even show up now to pop ups. People can't. It's like you would be doing a disservice to your own like items that you worked so hard on to release them during the time where most people are struggling. Like you're not even giving yourself a chance to like really succeed if you think about it.
I got you. How are things looking in DC though? Like, are the streets dead? Like, what's the vibes looking like out there?
I would say, I mean, I'm definitely inside more, but from what I do see, I think people are taking this shit seriously. For real, like, I
Mm-hmm.
think people are listening. People are not. I mean, obviously the bars and stuff are closed. People are taking it seriously. So besides like the grocery store, I don't really, or you getting food, I don't really see people hanging out. I think it's definitely worked. It's just I just hope the rest of the country, listens to that because I do see videos of people on spring break still in Florida and people not listening, and so
Oh no, they
it's
shut that down.
it's shut down now.
Yeah.
Miami
Oh,
is closing. Is forcing all the Miami Beach hotels to close Monday by 5, I believe. So
Yes. Since
in
that
order,
vid of them spring breakers had them looking
yeah,
crazy, had Florida looking wild.
yeah, and those are millennials. That's Gen Z. Like
Yeah.
millennials at
no,
work.
no,
Like
yeah.
that's Gen Z.
Nah, we're not
We
playing.
don't have spring break.
Yeah.
No, we definitely not playing. I mean, I think everybody like who's out of school is taking this seriously. It's just these like these kids like they bought these tickets months ago, and this is like they're not gonna be able to walk at graduation, and so the spring breaks are the last time they'll even get to hang out with each other. So on a certain level, I kind of get what, even though they're wrong, like I sort of get what their plan is, like because everything's kind of gone to shit with this whole thing here. But like,
Hmm.
yeah, you got to think of like your older folks, and you got to think of yourself. I mean, we can get sick, honestly. Like you can get anybody could get this whole virus, and who
Yeah.
knows how.
I mean, but nah, that's facts. 'Cause me and Kev were even talking on a previous episode about how, like, if I was 21, I don't think I would even be caring. Like, honestly, like, if I was
No, I
21
wouldn't.
and I was about to
I
graduate,
feel
and
invincible. Yeah.
yeah, and like no more graduation, I'm taking all online classes now. Nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. See,
Even.
I would have,
Go
I would have
ahead.
been, I would have been flew home. Like I would have been gone home if this was popping off.
Well, my
At
home.
21?
Yeah. Nah,
I mean,
you
at
you
21, it's like, I mean, the thing is, if I know that we're losing the last quarter of the years to be shut down, like, and this virus is going around, like, I'm not one to play with fire. Like, I mean, I wouldn't even mess with it. I would just go. Like I would just try to get make sure my mom, grandma, everybody else is straight, grandparents, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's how I am at 29. But at
Yeah.
21, it's
Wasn't
totally
me,
different.
nah.
Yeah, nah, that wasn't my life back then.
Nope.
No, I feel you. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those times where you just gotta make a call, like, cause it's tough, man. I mean, at 21, yeah, it's tough to put myself in that mindset to what I would have done, but I feel like I would have done the right. I don't know. I feel like I would have done the right thing, but who knows? I was doing dumb shit at 21 too, so I
Yeah.
might have fucked up. I might have fucked it up.
Excuse me.
I would have been out to the limit.
Until they,
Right until
right
I would have
until.
pushed it.
Right to the limit. I know me.
You say shit closed Monday at 5.
Oh, okay. Bad.
I'd have been closing it down. You know it's crazy down here. So I live in Charlotte now, and like I tell Kev all the time, like, yo, I barely see people walking around, right? But now it's like all the bars and the restaurants are closed, so people really can only get outside to run or like to walk their dogs. So like now I've been going outside and I've been running and jogging. Wait 1 second. Gabe, you back?
Yeah.
All right,
You cut that out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out. All right, yeah, but anyway. So I was saying, like, I'll live in Charlotte, whatever, and like most of the time there's normally no one walking around, but now people can only get out for like jogs and things of that nature. Now the streets are packed. I've never seen so many runners in my life. Like it's just all over the place. People jogging now. It's like people just thirsty to get out the crib, and I can't blame them.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just everybody just so anxious. Like no one's had to be in the same place. Like I mean, it's just I feel it. We all feel it. Like you know what I mean. We all are just anxious to like be able to go about our daily lives, and it's like it's just trying to think of other people, and hopefully it works because seeing how some people are reacting to this, you kind of worry about it. You worry if we can actually pull this off, and everybody wants to like this to be over in like 2-3 weeks, hopefully. And
Nah. That's not happening.
yeah,
Make that
it's not happening.
months, and maybe even that's optimistic.
Yeah, that's the rough part, man. We all in this for a while. It would seem.
How are you adjusting to that, man? Like just having to be indoors most of the time, and with a lack of sports, there's nothing going on right now.
Bro, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's like it's bad enough being inside, but you can't even like. There's no sports, and sports is the main thing I watch. Like I'm not really into like a whole lot of shows. You know what I mean? So it's like I lean on games. If I'm gonna sit down for a couple hours, it's gonna be because of a game. And so, not having that, man, it makes it tough. It makes you want to get like a PlayStation or something. Like, it makes I don't know.
I feel like the Warriors did this, man.
Oh yeah, this is a secret plot, right?
This is a secret plot. Y'all were having such a bad season, and they had to shut it down
season?
for every.
I can't remember.
So wait, so what exactly were you watching then? Because you were a Warriors fan, and like they were hot ass this season before before it got suspended. So like, what exactly were you watching? I don't understand.
I mean, I was watching like the main like ABC premiere game on Saturday night or Sunday.
So a lot of LeBron. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of the Lakers. They put Lakers there, Celtics there, Houston. I mean, the Warriors, they just don't put us on TV. Makes sense. They don't put us on TV. But, I mean, like you said, man, hey, this is a season. It's a lost season. You know what I mean? You can't. I feel bad for Braun because I feel like he got robbed of his fourth ring, probably.
He's still gonna
more
get
than
it.
likely. Oh, you think it's gonna pick up again?
I mean, if it picks up, I mean, I don't think they're gonna cancel it completely. Like, I think if anything, they'll just have to rework when the NBA season starts going forward. But I don't think they'll just completely eradicate this entire season. They might push this shit back, like push it back way back until like July, August, and just start in the playoffs.
Man, the playoffs is like a 2-month thing though. Like if you start in the playoffs, like it's gonna be a
July and August.
But then what about the Euros and like the draft? Like I mean,
nah, we don't care. I don't care about these new niggas that's coming in.
Didn't those get canceled?
I just care about
Not
Braun
the
getting his
draft,
ring.
Yeah.
We don't even have to have summer league.
So they have to push everything. Yeah, exactly. Summer league, like they gotta it messes everything up putting it in July. But I mean, I don't know what's possible. And the season starts in October. They might have to push that back a couple.
But that's what I'm saying. They were saying that
I
there was
mean,
already
they would have
discussions on the
to.
table about the NBA season being pushed back, like period, like regardless before the virus came into play, because everyone was saying that most people don't take the NBA seriously until like Christmas time anyway. So they
Yeah,
were saying
no,
like,
you're
why
right.
don't they start around that time and then have the NBA go through the summer, because there's really no competition over the summer. I think what sports? Baseball's going on. I think.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's it. Really.
Yeah.
yeah. No,
So
yeah,
I
you're
mean,
right.
and I much rather honestly have on a going forward basis have basketball throughout the summer, because the summer is like the most interesting time, like where everyone's out, everyone's connecting, doing all that kind of stuff. Usually once this virus passes, but now imagine going to like bars and restaurants and stuff and actually having like just regular season games or actual playoff games like deep into the summer. I think that would be cool.
That would be cool.
I
I
I'm
mean,
with you. I'm with
I
you.
think the latest. They said the latest. I think that it could start would be August 1st, and
Hmm.
so
Why?
that looks like it's doable. I don't know. I don't know the reason, but I
Because they
just
don't
saw
want
on
to.
the pro basketball article that August 1st is the latest. They can
They
start.
don't want to compete with the NFL, because once the NFL starts,
Yeah.
their ratings will
Yep.
be like so
I've
like no one will care.
Yep.
I've heard that, but isn't it more important if you can to conclude your season, no matter what? Like,
I
do you
mean, like
just want to leave
last.
the season as it is, like as an
I mean,
asterisk, or don't you want a conclusion if you can have one, like given
Well,
the
yeah.
events?
you also don't want record lows of viewership either for NBA Finals.
So you rather
Yeah.
look
Nah.
back
Yeah.
in the record books and it's just
I mean, it's not about what I would much. I'm just telling you like what's their thought process, because that record low numbers for NBA Finals also is going to affect them in the future in terms of revenue and TV
Mm-hmm.
contracts and things of that nature. People aren't going to
but
just say, "Oh, well, you were competing with the NFL, so it's okay."
but that's
Nah,
some revenue. That's some revenue versus if they don't come back at all.
Mm.
I don't know if that revenue would cancel out how much it actually costs to televise these things and all the people that have to be paid and all that stuff. Like if no one's like TV ratings make up so much of the streams. I mean, of the revenue for the leagues. And I think if
Yeah.
NFL's playing, like there's gonna be like some dismal number. I mean, obviously I'm gonna watch it, but Americans just prefer the NFL.
It's true.
But
Yeah, it would complicate things for sure.
well, not
For sure.
you're talking about 2 nights out the week, like a Thursday, Sunday. If you're talking about the playoffs and stuff, can't you stagger your schedule to avoid those 2 nights? It's only
Mm.
I'm
two
sh-
nights out the week.
I'm sure Silver could, but who knows?
A lot of
Yeah.
details. Yeah, a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. True. Very
Yeah, well,
true.
how's everything
I have
else?
a
Are you
question.
guys?
Wait. I have a question about your Warriors. What were your hopes at the start of the season before all the injuries?
See, my hopes were to possibly have. I mean, Steph got injured 4 games into like the year, so that was like
No, no,
Trash.
no, no. At the start of the season,
start of the season.
Warrior
Start of the season.
expectations going in. Yep.
I was hoping that Steph could keep us around, like Steph, Draymond could keep us, and D'Lo could keep us around 500.
Draymond. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Draymond. Had hopes. I had hopes,
Mm.
and so hopefully we can get Clay back like All-Star break, because that's when he'd be reevaluated. That's what I heard, and so but I mean, I guess they decided secretly that they're even going to sit the whole year. But I heard February's second week would be a time where they would reevaluate his ability to play, and so I was thinking that we could make a run at like the 8 or 7 seed if we had Clay back for the last 20 games. But Steph went down, and D'Lo gets traded, and everything's we got like 15 wins, something like that, 15, 16 wins.
I don't know.
But I mean, hey, I mean it's one of those things where you didn't expect a whole lot. You were praying for a low seed at best, like an 8 seed if things fell right. But things did not fall right.
Oh, while I got you, what'd you think about that D'Lo for Andrew Wiggins trade?
I think it makes sense long term
Mm.
because D'Lo is a ball dominant person. He needs the ball in his hand to score a lot, and that's kind of the opposite of what we do. like with everybody healthy, like the ball moves around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And so while he was productive for us, like long term, we need someone like Wiggins, who when Clay and Steph are being doubled, that this guy is a bit better than like a Harrison Barnes, where he can get, Wiggins can create his own shot, get to the hole. You know, he's going to have more open looks. He's someone who will capitalize off being, open or being, not guarded too heavily. Like he's someone who can really get buckets that way. And so people say, oh, Wiggins is not that great. He's shooting like a low 40% field goal. Like he's not super impressive, but he's also never played with guys who will take so much attention from the defense. So, he's gonna have his opportunities to score. And so that's all we need. We just need someone to take advantage of opportunities and not like dominate the ball, moving forward.
Wow, you're a very optimistic Warriors fan.
I have to be, man. We just I was there for the rough time, so I'm always gonna see the better side of things. But I think we'll be okay. I mean, with Steph and Clay back, we'll be in the playoffs next year. We'll be all right.
How did you feel morally when they pushed Durant out there to play in the finals?
Man, no, I was one of the people. I think there's a good amount of people too that like don't play him. I said on Twitter, I'm like, I can't believe they're putting KD out there because I kind of knew in my gut he was gone. I knew he wasn't coming back, like the way he was kind of moving around that last year. So I was like, man, don't ruin his, don't ruin his future. Like I really did, like because I knew he wasn't 100%. Like he was just hearing whispers of like, is KD ready to go? Like it's the finals, Game 5. Like there were whispers around, and so he definitely heard it. It's just I didn't want him to play out there, and so one quarter in, he ruins his Achilles, and so it's that was really tough. But good thing about it is though he actually looks pretty good, almost back to normal. Like in those 3-on-3s, 4-on-4s that I've been kind of seeing on Twitter. Like he looks explosive. He looks really good. So I mean, hope he's 100%, man. I mean, he's a good dude. He's always said the right things for the most part. Until he got a little frustrated at the end. But he's always been a good dude in the league. Like, somebody that I respect. I respect his game. So,
yeah.
I hope he comes back right.
And it's nuts that he got the coronavirus.
Oh yeah, that's I feel like the whole NBA, man. Because I mean, if Gobert and those guys had it like 2 weeks before, or like 1 or 2 weeks before, I mean, those guys they could play like 3-4 games a night or 3-4 games a week, and then from there it just goes. Like I think a bunch of Nets have it, a couple Lakers have it.
Some Denver Nuggets,
Denver
76ers.
Yeah, no, it's out there, man. Because those guys, they're sweating. They're all in the same close quarters. It's just sad.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like I'm optimistic that the season will still happen. But the more news we receive, and just more and more players are having it, it just like makes me like more and more pessimistic that the season's even gonna happen. Honestly.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Like that's why I'm kind of like low on the hopes of it coming back, because I feel like every week or every so often like, we keep hearing new
every
cases,
day.
and so it's like it's I'm hoping that this is like the last round, because if it keeps popping up, it just extends the amount of time that it'll take for us to get back, and so. But I mean, health first. So at the end of the day, it's health first. So.
No, we're not at the tipping point yet. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it's good. Y'all had
it's
it right.
Only gonna get worse.
It's gonna be months. So y'all had it right.
And it's not even gonna be when necessarily like when all the players are healthy again. You gotta think about like 3 of the largest markets: San Francisco, Los Angeles, and New York City don't even have it under control. So how can you have players come in to play in those markets?
Exactly.
When it's not even safe for anyone to travel to those markets.
Exactly. No, it's not. It's if the big places don't have it under control, man, it's just gonna make it hard for everybody. So I hope that this thing goes as smooth as it can. And of course, just keep everybody healthy. You don't want to hear anything super bad come out of this, because I see some young folks, getting really sick because of it. Most of us are okay, but a lot of people are had to go to the hospital. Like I know Sean Payton and the the Saints coach got it, and so he was feeling
Mm-hmm.
terrible, and so I'm just hoping everybody comes out of it all right, man. I'm just not. I'm trying not to think about sports, even though we're so bored. But I definitely want everybody to be healthy before anything happens.
Yeah, because this shit ramped up quickly, it escalated. Like I read an article this morning, how they were talking about in New York City, like I think they added about 1,900 cases overnight, and
Yep.
just yesterday, more than one person was dying per hour. Like what?
Whoa.
Yeah, it'll be the
Whoa.
epicenter.
Yeah, y'all had like I
It'll be
think
the
if I'm not mistaken
epicenter.
like 3,000 new cases
Yeah,
overnight,
it's a
Mm.
and it's
hotbed
like
there.
exactly, and and I was watching. I'll be on Twitter, and so like I'll see people taking the metro and the train still. Like this is as recent as like 2 days ago, and I'm like, it's under lockdown. These stores are closed, workplaces are closed, but people are still crowding these metros, and it's like it's gonna spread this way. Like y'all gotta be really strict. Like no one leave your house at this point. I feel like to really make a dent in this whole thing, like no one can
Mm-hmm.
leave the house, like unless it's for groceries. Like I don't know. Like I feel like the metros are just a hotbed, airport's hotbed. You know.
Yeah, but that's where the issue comes in with this whole essential versus non-essential
Mm-hmm.
delineation. A lot of people don't understand the difference. And like, for example, my dad works for the city in New York, and like he was telling me yesterday that like some people, like when they closed the city government, whatever, and like they were like literally picking hand picking who was considered essential versus non-essential.
Yeah.
And he was saying
Yeah.
like people who have the same exact jobs, they were just like, well, we like you, so you're essential versus you being non-essential, and everyone else who's non-essential just gets to go home for 2 weeks, while everyone else who's considered essential has to still come into the office. Like,
No, I mean, see, that's the thing. It's just it's messy, and so it's
yeah,
hard. It's hard to completely do it, but I feel like we're now taking the steps that maybe should have happened like a month ago. But
yeah,
Yeah.
trying our
Some
best
say
now.
two. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I've heard since December, like for real, we're a little far.
Yeah, we
December,
were
this
Way
was on
peeping
the
it.
far.
radar. Yeah,
We were peeping it. Yeah, we were like, okay, it's in China, but will it come here? Like, we didn't take those preventative measures, unfortunately.
Nah, Trump laughed it off.
Yeah, no, he definitely could have done a little bit better.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh man. Mm-mm-mm.
But I mean,
Damn.
you're in North Carolina? You said, Euro?
Yeah.
Man, so I mean, is it complete lockdown there too? I'm assuming it's every.
Um. So it's not complete lockdown. Like we, uh, obviously state of emergency. All the bars and restaurants are closed. Still delivery takeout, but it's not as extreme as like New York or I'm assuming like DC. Like we've only had a little over 100 or a little under 100 cases for the entire state.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like our numbers aren't as egregious as like other states, but also like North Carolina, it's the South, so like it's like very spread out. Like people aren't on top of each other. Like there's no like metro here, so everyone's in their own car. Everyone has their own personal space,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not a high likelihood of like community spread per se. Um,
Yeah.
but all the restaurants and the bars are still closed. They shut all that stuff down. There's there is a shelter in place per se, but people can still get out and like exercise and jog and things of that nature. But that's really it, man. I was going to work still until about I think Thursday. I went in for a half a day, and Thursday I went in and no one else was there, and I was like, I must have missed the memo. They ain't tell me nothing. So I just been working remotely since then, but I mean, even that's an adjustment. Just like being in the house all day, and yeah, I could see this like becoming a time loop for me, like not necessarily knowing what day of the week it is anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I wake up every day and I'm like, I don't know, because you don't really set your alarm unless you like really have somewhere to be. It's hard to like, you don't feel the pressure. Right now I'm trying to hold myself accountable for things I'm doing. So like, I like write down certain things I want to get done during the day,
Hmm.
and so it's definitely helped me. Because these hours be flying, man. That's the thing. Like it's hard to hold yourself accountable if you're able to just watch TV all day or be on
That's the
PlayStation.
thing.
Yeah, I mean, because eventually, I mean, this is gonna end. Like, there's gonna be a time where everything goes back to normal, hopefully soon. And so it's like we gotta really understand that. Like, if we're lucky enough to be healthy, like we gotta really be like, all right, what do we need to get done? Because right now, because everyone, like all artists, like that pause their tours, they're gonna be out on like they're gonna be touring this summer because they lost a lot of money.
Hell
And
yeah.
people like designers, like they've had like me, like I've had a lot of stuff that I was gonna put out that I had to put on hold. So it's like I'm gonna be trying to release stuff as soon as possible. So it's like it's a thing where like I've got to be someone that comes right out the gate and like is ready to go. I can't be we can't be set on go and I'm ready to party. Like you know what I mean, it's got to be a smooth transition. So you got to plan your rollouts and all that stuff. So this is the perfect time. I mean, if you're healthy, you know, it's time to get to work.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of like so many concerts got canceled, so people definitely gonna be pushing to recoup that all those lost wages and funds. You
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
tough, man. I
billions of
bought
dollars
tickets.
that are lost.
I bought tickets to a bunch of concerts in the next 2 months that I'm not going to be able to go to, and so it sucks. But you know, this is the time where you just gotta adjust. You gotta adjust the game. It's unexpected. A lot of people had plans ruined. A lot of small businesses are like, unfortunately, gonna have to go under because they can't afford to pay people. They can't afford to pay the rent. They can't afford to pay a whole lot of things. Like it's like my old job, for example.
Hmm.
Um, I worked at iBlack, so that's like the not sure if you're familiar with it, but it's the place where football players and baseball players wear the eye black under their eyes during games. And so
Yeah.
those
Mm-hmm.
guys, like, they depend on sports to to survive. Like this, they sell to teams, and
Hmm.
so those guys are down. Like there's no big gatherings that are able to be, you know, had for the next couple months, and so their pockets are being hit hard. He's got a bunch of employees, and so I feel bad for the guy. It's like this is the type of thing where just people, you know, good people kind of have to take the brunt of it, and it's sad to see. Like a lot of people won't be able to recover, sadly.
Yeah, that is really sad, and that's the thing. It's like even when this is all over, the after effects are gonna linger for years, possibly.
Yeah, it's nowhere near over, and people are in those losses that people are taking. You just gotta hope that you know they're able to overcome it because the money that Trump wants to send is I don't think it's going to be enough personally for a lot of people. So, you know, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate.
Well, you're not gonna take your $1,000.
No, I didn't say all that. I'll take what I need to take, but you know, for these bigger businesses, these bigger companies, you know, that's not going to do much for you know $1,000 or $2,000 is not really going to you know cover a whole lot. You know, so especially when they're losing probably like 5, 6 figures over 2, 3 months.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just
Right.
gotta, pray for everyone and keep everyone, in your wishes. I mean, cause like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Like, yeah, you just gotta be like, hopefully, you know, thankful for your health if you have it.
Yeah, at the end of it, like you gotta be really thankful at the because so much chaos. Like you just gotta be thankful for like the essentials that you have. Like you have the ability to live and you know and go on. Hopefully, because there's some people that lost their job and also got sick. You know, what I mean, some people are in a real nightmare right now. You know, so I'm just happy that you know the money will come and go. You know, you just got to be happy that you know you're healthy. That's it. I'm just trying to stay on that wave.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
Hey man, I see y'all with the podcast, man. I mean, it's y'all have been 3 years, 4 years now. Probably around the same time I started, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be 4 years in October.
Oh wow! Congrats, early congrats.
Yep.
Thank you, man.
Gotta.
Hey man, what was the coolest moment? Like, what was the biggest moment for y'all, because I mean, I definitely tune into some of the episodes. Like I tuned into, let me see who I saw on there. You got musicians like in the city, and you know, some really dope people. So like, what was your favorite for each of you? What was your favorite moment so
Ooh.
far the first 4 years?
I have to think
You have
on.
to think. I don't want to.
Oh, where are you? Do you have a more quieter place you could go to, Gabe?
Oh,
There's
me?
like a buzzing in
Yeah.
your background.
Let me
Oh,
see.
yeah. Let me see. Give me one moment.
Oh, there you go.
All right, there we go.
Let me think.
It's a little bit quieter.
Yeah. I don't know if I have. I want to say I have a favorite moment, just because like I don't want to exclude anyone, because I think we've had a lot of talented people on the podcast. What I will say is that what excites me the most about the podcast is the evolution of it. But given that I've moved now, so we no longer record in person.
Yeah.
So like the remote podcast aspect of it, still being able to crank out as many episodes as we do, still being able to have the video aspect of it, and still being able to push and put out content is important. So I think just the evolution of the podcast, and us being able to adjust pretty much seamlessly to the remote aspect has been good and has been exciting for me.
I mean, absolutely. And I think that, when you look at most podcasts, most media, TMZ, whatever you want to call it, I feel like most of it happens remote. Like the biggest moments and the biggest, like, I see people like having words with like, Gierbo or like these rappers or whoever it is. Like a lot of it happens like via feed or, FaceTime or, whatever it is. It's like not a whole lot of stuff happens like in person. I mean, some stuff, if you have like, Joe Budden podcast, something like that. I think it's probably in person,
Yeah.
but like, I think most of these interviews and stuff do happen like via feed. So I mean, I think it's definitely a seamless thing. Like if y'all get the guest, it's probably easier for the guest, honestly. If you get somebody cool that wants to talk to you.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. So like having the remote ability helped us, and then it also helped our guests, because before it was like, yo, you got to come to Fulton Center and meet us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's like, nah, we'll send you a link, just call in, and it's even more convenient for us, because now we don't have to meet up after work and things like that. It's like, all right, cool, you go home, I go home, set aside an hour or so, and we just get it done.
Yep. I mean, it definitely works. You miss the city, Jarrell? You miss
All the time, all the time, all the time, man. Like I just was budgeting like, yo, all right, I'm gonna be able to go to the city once every month, right?
Okay.
And just like I really just like kind of put that plan in the place. So I started off in January. I went popped up on Kevin for his birthday, just to see what it was going, get a feel for it, just to travel also, just to see my bro for his birthday. And I was like, I'm fucked up. I'm going again February. So I went again February. And then I actually still have a flight and a hotel for the first weekend in April, but obviously that's going to end up getting canceled.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, like honestly, like I've been like adjusting to and acclimating to life down here. But if I can just get up there like once a month, or somewhere in that time frame, then I feel good. It's like I need my refresher of the lifestyle I'm accustomed to, which is the New York lifestyle.
Yeah, no, it's tough because you definitely miss it. Like I was going back to the Bay like as often as I could when I first came out to DC, but yeah, like I definitely it's definitely growing on me, and I'm trying to like I don't want to take the place I'm at for granted. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I want to definitely enjoy the city while I'm here.
Likewise, and it's crazy. Before, I would say like I would try to get out and appreciate Charlotte, but before this quarantine, and now that I've been going out and running a lot, and like down here it's like 77 degrees right now, and I'm damn, it's beautiful outside, and I can't even go out there and enjoy it. Like I'm gonna go for a run, obviously, but like none of the bars are open, none of that stuff. So I'm like, I bet once this is over, I'm actually gonna like make a real concerted effort to like get out and like try to appreciate Charlotte, and go to the bars and things of that nature.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, I've
resume
actually.
activity.
Pick up where you left off.
Oh yeah, I'm adding extra shifts.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a wild summer now. People are gonna be trapped in the
Kevin,
crib
it's a
for a minute.
Tuesday. Oh yeah.
Yo, man, this summer is gonna be extra lit, and like when they let everybody out at the same time, basically,
Oh my god, it's gonna be
man,
nuts.
God
I don't
help.
even,
Yo.
I don't know,
God
man.
help us all.
Yo, they dropped that word on like a Friday or something or a Thursday. Oh my god,
It's a wrap.
you gonna see record numbers of just foolishness.
It's gonna be parades in the middle of the street. Like it's gonna be
Oh
crazy.
man, oh man. I mean,
Yeah,
I
because
hope it
they done
happens soon.
conditioned us. They done conditioned us
Yo,
in like New York now. I mean, if I wanted, I could go around the corner and just fill up any bottle I have with beer and just take it back to the crib. They done conditioned us now. We can order
Wow.
alcohol in, and it's a crazy world right now. So once you lift that, we're not just gonna snap back to reality mentally
Yeah, nah.
overnight.
Nah. That first weekend they tell me, um we free, it's a wrap. It
Oh,
is
it's
a
good.
wrap.
I'm running through the Rolodex.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the crew together.
yo,
I'm hopping on flights. It's a wrap.
yo, man, I don't
I'm
even
all
go out like
around.
that. It's gonna be a situation Friday and Saturday. You're gonna take it to U Street in DC. You're gonna go to U Street. You're gonna get it popping, man. You're gonna
Oh,
be
usually
one of
gonna
those
be
like,
insane.
oh yeah, it's one of those like, get there, get to Ben's next door at like 5 p.m. Get your food in, get your first drinks in. It's gonna be one of the long nights. You know what I mean? It's gonna be one of them days.
Hold the food.
Man. Yeah.
Nah, I got an energy. Yep, that's what I do. But really, when I go out, I got an energy. Once I'm getting food, that means I'm going the long haul. I'm going to the 2 a.m.s that I don't usually hit. I'm going to 2:30s because that's when
I
shit
feel
closes
you.
up, unfortunately. And so I got to get that food in, and then that's when I'm good to go. If I don't eat, I tell my friends that we got to pause. We got to get somewhere because I can't be out here empty.
Nah, I might do something I ain't did. Once that, I might do something I ain't did in years, and I'm gonna be out till 4 or 5 a.m. in New York. I ain't did that in a minute.
Sunlight.
So I'm talking about something like after parties.
See,
It's
hey man, that's y'all really we gonna replenish the economy. Let's put it that way. All that money that they we gonna
hey
try to
man.
give it back that first night,
I'm just doing my part.
right?
I'm
We
a
gotta do our part.
humanitarian.
Yeah,
It
we
says
Americans, damn it.
exactly. It says
We
support
gotta do
local
our part.
businesses.
Yeah, we gotta give back, man. We've been
Whew.
stuck. We've been holding the spot too long.
Yeah, man.
Well,
That's a
hold on to
fact.
that dream. Just keep that. It's
We
gonna be
months
some
Yeah,
dark
away.
man.
days ahead. It's gonna be
Until
some
next
dark days
time.
ahead. So
Seriously.
hold on to that
Hey,
dream.
the wackest part of this whole thing is right now. My birthday is on the 27th this month.
Mm.
Damn,
I had
man.
I had homies coming in, like I had friends coming in from up in Massachusetts, from NC. I had dudes coming in from Baltimore, coming in for the birthday weekend, like 27, 28. That's just a wrap.
Yeah, man.
Wrap
Yeah,
yoga.
bro. Nah,
Take,
do a virtual happy hour.
yeah.
Those are the craze
That's
right
the new
now.
thing. Yeah, that's the new thing. Virtual celebrations.
Look, I done
Virtual
got
happy
invited to
hour,
one or
man.
two already. Yeah,
Yo,
just
that
do
actually
that.
might be fire. That might be fire, actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
That's the new wave.
Oh my god.
I don't drink for this
Virtual
month,
happy
but
hour.
that's what I'm told. Yeah, man.
Yo, we're gonna get the video feeds popping. We're gonna get the drinks popping in the air, like yeah, get the sports center showing like classic games, just for the field.
Yeah, man.
It's a reality here in New York.
That's what life is.
Oh man.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast again.
Oh, for sure, man.
Appreciate
This is
it,
fun.
man.
It's fun each time,
Appreciate
man.
it. Yeah, man.
I'm glad I
Make sure
talked to
you
y'all.
tell people where they can find you, social media, where they can, the website and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, let me run that down for the listeners. It's gonna be Lenox Ave, the website lenox-ave.com, lenox-ave.com, and my socials is the same handle Twitter, Instagram is going to be Lenox Avenue, the number 1.
Gotcha. Man, we appreciate you coming on as always.
Of course. Great talking to you fellas, man.
Appreciate
Yes,
it,
Be
bro.
safe out
sir.
here.
We
Be
will.
safe.
And for the people, thank you
too,
so much
man.
for listening. Make sure you check out the website, coolinoutpod.com. Again, that's coolinoutpod.com. Podcast episodes are available Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, Acast, TuneIn, SoundCloud. Everywhere that podcasts are available, we are there. Thank you for your love and support. Make sure you guys stay healthy and safe. Wash your damn hands. Until next time, this is Coolin Out.
Stay cool.
You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. You cool, I'm cool. We coolin' out.